Hey everyone, I'm Liz Fairy and today I'm going to show you how to make this Steven Universe inspired star shirt for your dolls. This project is part of my Steven and Stevani pattern, which is made to fit these dolls, my realistic body doll, and my basic doll. Some things that you'll need for this tutorial are a crochet hook, I'm going to use a size E, a pair of scissors, a yarn needle to sew in your ends. You'll need some bobby pins or stitch markers to keep track of your stitches, and you'll need yarn. I'll be using this red and yellow crochet thread from Loops and Threads Wool-like. And if you'd like a written pattern for the full Steven and Stevani doll costume, you can find one in my Ravelry store. The link is in the description below. So I'm going to begin using my red crochet thread. I'm going to create a foundation chain of 12 for the neckline of the shirt. After making the foundation chain, I'm going to start the next row with a chain 1, and that's going to count as the first stitch of the row. Then I'm going to single crochet into the third chain from the hook for the second stitch. I'm going to repeat that for starting every row. So in this first row, I'm going to increase every second stitch of the row. So I just did the second stitch, so now I'm going to single crochet into the same stitch again to increase. And I'm going to continue increasing every second stitch until the end of the row. Alright, I finished my first row of increase. I'm going to continue to increase until I reach the width of the doll's body. I'm going to add 2 more rows of increase. In the next row, I'll increase every third stitch. In the next row, I'm going to increase every 4th stitch of the row. However, the increases at the very middle of the next row won't be at the 4th stitch, because I'm going to change colors to yellow to start making the star at the middle of the shirt. So for the last row of increase, I'm going to chain 1 for the first stitch, then single crochet in the next 2 stitches, and then increase the 4th stitch. Then again single crochet in the next 3 stitches, then increase the 4th stitch. And now the next increase will be a little different, so I'm going to single crochet in the next 4 stitches instead of 3. Then I'm going to leave the last of those 4 red single crochets open. I'm going to change colors to my yellow thread. And then increase the next stitch using yellow. And I'm going to leave the last stitch open and change colors back to red. Then I'm going to single crochet in the next 2 stitches. Then increase the 3rd stitch. And now I'm just going to continue to increase every 4th stitch until the end of this row using my red yarn. This is my last row of increase. In the next row, I'm going to make the armholes. So chain 1 for the 1st stitch, then single crochet in the next 2 stitches until I get to the area where I want to place my first armhole. To create the armhole, I'm going to chain 4, skip 6 stitches, and single crochet into the next stitch. Before I go on, I'm going to mark each chain that I made at the armholes to make it easier to find them later when I'm working the sleeves. And now I'm going to continue making my star. So single crochet 3 more using red, then on the 3rd stitch I'm going to leave it open and change colors to yellow. Next, single crochet 3 using yellow, leave the 3rd stitch open and change colors back to red. I'm going to single crochet 5 using red, then I'm going to repeat the same thing I did on the other side to make another armhole. So chain 4, skip 6 stitches, and single crochet into the next stitch, and mark the 4 chains. Then I'm going to single crochet 2 more stitches using red. Next, I'm going to single crochet until I get to the chains I made at the armhole in the previous row. So I'm going to chain 1 for the first stitch, then single crochet in the next 2 stitches. Then I'm going to skip the first chain, increase into each of the next 2 middle chains, and skip the last chain. And now I'm going to continue my color changes to make the star at the middle. So I'm going to single crochet 3 more using red, then I'm going to change colors to yellow. So I'm going to single crochet 2 using yellow into the back loops of the next 2 stitches, then I'm going to single crochet using yellow into both loops of the next 3 stitches, and I'm going to single crochet 1 using yellow into the back loop of the next stitch. And I'm going to leave that stitch open and change colors back to red. I'm going to single crochet 3 using red, then I'm going to repeat the same thing I did on the other side in the chains of the second armhole. So skip the first chain, increase the 2 middle chains, and skip the last chain. Then single crochet 3 more until the end of the row. Next I'm going to chain 1 for the first stitch, and single crochet 1 more until I get to the stitch before the first increase I made in the previous row. And when I get to that stitch, I'm going to decrease the next 2 stitches together. So I'm going to pull up a loop through the front loop of the next 2 stitches, and single crochet to decrease. Then I'm going to increase into each of the next 2 stitches, And then I'm going to decrease again in the next 2 stitches. So pull up a loop through those stitches, and single crochet to decrease. Next I'm going to keep making the star shape. So I'm going to single crochet 2 more using red, then I'm going to change colors to yellow. And I'm going to single crochet 6 using yellow. And change colors back to red. Next I'm going to single crochet 2 more using red until I get to the stitch before the next increase at the other armhole. And when I reach that stitch, I'm going to do the same thing I did on the other side, so decrease the next 2 stitches together, pull up a loop through both of the next stitches and single crochet to decrease, then increase into the next 2 stitches, and then decrease the next 2 stitches together. So pull up a loop through those stitches and single crochet. Then I'm going to single crochet 2 more to end the row. So for the next row, chain 1 for the first stitch, then I'm going to single crochet 9 more using red, and then I'm going to change colors to yellow, and single crochet 5 using yellow. And change colors back to red. And I'm going to single crochet 11 using red until the end of the row. Next, chain 1 for the first stitch, then single crochet 10 more using red, and then I'm going to change colors to yellow. I'm going to single crochet 4 using yellow, then I'm going to change colors back to red. And single crochet 11 using red. And once again, chain 1 for the first stitch, and single crochet 9 more using red. Then I'm going to change colors to yellow, and I'm going to single crochet 2 using yellow, then I'm going to change colors back to red. and I'm going to increase the next stitch using red, just to make a more clear star shape. Then I'm going to change colors back to yellow, and I'm going to single crochet 1 using yellow. Then I'm going to decrease the next 2 stitches using yellow to make up for that increase I made using red. So pull up a loop through the next 2 stitches, then I'm going to change colors back to red, so finish that decrease using red. Then I'm going to single crochet using red until the end of the row. So now I'm finished with my color changes for the star shape. Now I'm going to single crochet for 2 more rows to lengthen the shirt. And at the end of 2 more rows, I'm going to chain 1 to end the row, and cut off my yarn. I'm going to cut off a long tail, and I'm going to use that tail to sew the back of the shirt closed later. And I'm not going to cut off the yellow yarn, because I'm going to use that to outline the star shape later. To make the sleeves, I used the same method I used in my advanced sleeves tutorial. I worked a single crochet into each skipped stitch, then into the side of the single crochet, into each chain, then the side of the other single crochet to make the first row for the sleeves. Then I added 3 more rows of single crochet. If you want to see how I did this in more detail, check out my advanced sleeves tutorial, or for a more basic sleeve, check out my basic sleeves tutorial. You can find those links in the description below the video. Last, I'm going to outline the star shape using the yellow yarn. If you like, you could cut off a long tail and outline the star shape by embroidering with your yarn needle, or you could outline the shape with slip stitches, which is what I'm going to do. To do this, I'm going to pull up a loop through the back of the work to the front into one of the stitches around the star shape, closest to where I left my yellow yarn. Then I'm going to insert my hook through the next stitch around the star, pull up another loop through the back to the front, and slip stitch. Do this all around the star shape. At the end, don't slip stitch to the first stitch of the row. Just cut off the yarn. Pull the tail through. Then bring the tail back to the inside of the work. And sew in the ends. And now my doll's star shirt is finished. If you want to see the technique I used to make the rest of my doll's costumes, check out my basic doll pants tutorial for the shorts, my doll shoes tutorial for the flip-flops, and my doll jacket tutorial for the coat. And if you want, you can check out a separate video I made where I sewed on the gem. There'll be a playlist for all of these at the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, give it a like and share it on social media. If you want to support me in making new videos, donate to my Patreon. If you do, you can get some exclusive perks, like seeing my videos earlier than everyone else. Find more information at patreon.com/fairyrings. And if you want to see more videos like this in the future, subscribe to my channel and I'll see you all next time. Bye!